And I'm joined now at this time by Keith Morrison with Dateline NBC. Of course, Dateline has been following the case of the Daybells and JJ and Tylee and everything that's going on there. And this is ahead of a special 2-hour Dateline that'll be airing at 8 o'clock tonight here on KPVI. Keith, thank you for joining us. Got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
Maybe just a couple. I don't know if we have time for all the questions. But since the last Dateline episode aired, there's been some new information that has come out, hasn't there? And that's why there's another Dateline special on this. What can you tell us about what you found out?
Well, great. Boy, where do I begin? A tremendous amount of, a lot of things have happened, clearly. For one thing, Lori Daybell came back from Hawaii and went through the whole court process. As you know, you covered that material. And we were able to finally have exclusive interviews with her son and her son Colby and her niece Melanie. And we have heard from authorities about what the latest in the investigation is and are able to bring people up to date on that. What's the latest with regard to both Lori and Chad's legal situation at the moment. I'm being a little bit careful here in the way I word these things because you don't want to get ahead of yourself.
Right.
But certainly, gradually and very carefully, law enforcement has moved in on this case, and it's now in the hands of the state, and it can make its decision any time now. But the hearing goes ahead tomorrow, the bond hearing. We don't know what'll happen. It's possible her bond will be reduced and she'll be able to be on her own recognizance or perhaps under home confinement until her preliminary hearing. Now, that hearing was to have been held in a week or so, and that's now been put off for weeks or months, as you may also know. So in the meantime, we have these people who know them well, who are either dancing around trying to hide what may have happened or are being particularly helpful in trying to figure it out themselves. And they will talk to us and we will trace the movements of all the people involved in this story.
Now, because there are so many moving parts to this story, I'm just imagining a giant whiteboard with lots of red threads all over the place, because this is like I guess you'd call it an octopus of a case. It has many arms to follow.
It does, and in fact, we at one point considered trying to tell it that way, simply that the way they do in the detective movies, like where you put up pictures,
newspaper articles up on the wall, and
the two of them, yeah. But there are so many aspects of it, so we break it down into chapters, and we tell the chapters as best we can. We have so much new material that we're trying to connect with the material we already had. Which makes a great deal of sense of it now, and the viewers will see that as well.
So, since the last Dateline episode aired, a lot has changed in the world. We're talking the COVID-19 pandemic. It's almost that the Lori Vallow case has kind of taken a back seat. How has it changed for you as investigation with the whole social distancing and the methods of investigation?
It complicates things quite a bit, as I'm sure you know from trying to cover news on a daily basis. But I'm surprised at how much material we've been able to gather in the circumstances. Material which maybe would have been available had we been able to track it down earlier. Now we have it. And in addition to that, it's possible to get some television shooting done even when there is a kind of a quasi-lockdown in various parts of the country.
Now, all the things that have changed with this case, with the things going on with the COVID-19, one thing that hasn't changed is that JJ and Tylee are still missing. And so we want to encourage anybody, if they have any information, to come forward to local authorities and be able to help them out as best they can. And once again, Keith, thank you so much for your time. And the Dateline episode is What Happened to the Children. It airs at 8 o'clock Friday night here on KPVI. Keith, thank you so much, and take care and stay healthy.
Thank you. You too. And I'm hoping people will watch this and bring themselves up to date and let us know if they hear anything more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.